Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Art of Mental Health Wealth show here on USA Global TV and Radio. And we felt that this was a wonderful opportunity to share with you all that happened last week on the 10th of October for World Jenny's Day. So I've put together a little bit of a presentation here to show you what happened in the marathon and what happened at the gala. And behind the scenes today, I've got Dr. Jacqueline producing this show so that we can show what happened and thank all those who participated and contributed and pulled out the stops second to none, which actually brings me to the, I'm just bringing up, just realizing I'm needing that. Yes, which brings me to the very first thing that I wanted to share with you, which is Madeline Chan. And Madeline has been World Jenny's Day co-executive producer with me for 2 years running now. And I wanted to spend some very special time acknowledging that both the marathon and this gala, without her, would not have been the success it became. I mean, obviously it was teamwork and we worked together, but she worked as tirelessly as I did and did some magnificent rabbits pulling out of hats tricks with me and on her own as well. And I wanted to just share this space and say thank you so much, Madeline, because this has made what 2023 World Jenny's Day became, and I'm going to share with you. The other person I'd like to well, there are quite a few in actual fact, and of course, Dr. Jacqueline, who's behind the scenes here, and USA Global TV and Radio. It was wonderful to be able to once again, for the second year running, use this and work with this platform for World Jenny's Day for the performance marathon. And I know some of you have heard we've been quite challenged this year with both the marathon and the gala. And there were times where I wondered whether we'd actually have a World Jenny's Day 2023. It was that challenging. But we did it, and the feedback we've had from people has been magical and phenomenal, and anybody who didn't know any better wouldn't have even known we'd been through the trials and tribulations that we've been through. So that is why I wanted to share and thank and acknowledge all those. The other person that came in at the 11th hour was Rocco Buonvino, who took over the baton from my husband, Andy, who didn't fly through from Kenya to London with me. And Rocco took over the gala evening. So I want to give him a shout out. And last but definitely not least, this champion husband of mine, Andy Miller, who has tirelessly backed and supported me throughout this year and all the other years. He's been with World Jenny's Day since its inception 4 years ago. But this year, he was amazing. And I just want to give a shout out to those people to begin with. But of course, there were many others. There was Vilna, my virtual assistant who lives in South Africa. Don't know what I'd do without, have done without her as well. So having acknowledged that it's been teamwork and a lot of people really supporting and backing us, I wanted to show a little bit more on this today. So here we go with the very first opening. There's Dr. Jacqueline. She looked magnificent. She opened the show looking like she was at our gala, and she and I started off with the story of the Song of Resolution. Now, some of you who were with us last year watching might have remembered that a very special song was written for last year's World Jenny's Day, and that Jenny's good school friend, Anita Diamond in Australia, who's become an accomplished singer in her own right, actually sang it for us last year. She sang it live very bravely and did so well. So this year we stepped up the bar level on that song and had it converted into orchestral sheet music. So we had an incredibly talented person convert it for piano, for drums, for cello, for oboe, for double bass, just all of them. It was amazing, and it came out as the most beautiful piece of music. After we had then handed it over to the person on the right-hand bottom part of the screen, Kevin Gerard, who is from Sweden. And he turned it into the most beautiful piece of music, which we'll share with you a little bit later. And what happened this year was that part of the opening of the marathon last year showed Anita in UK. She had very specially flown from Australia to UK to perform it at our gala, and she was busy talking about her experience of all of this. So that's how we started off. And then as we moved through, and I'm not doing this in chronological order, we had many different artists from all over the world. On the top left-hand side there, we had Ali Malik from Malaysia. And he did traditional Malaysian music in Malay. And Paknam Wakuji was from Zambia, and he tackled mental health with comedy and brought it to light, making light of it, but also helping people to understand that it's a very real problem for most people at some time or another in their lives. And then on the bottom right-hand corner, we had somebody called Konstantin Kushev, and he's from Bulgaria, and that instrument in his hand or his arms is the hurdy-gurdy. And as we interviewed him with his hurdy-gurdy, my husband was messaging and saying, do you remember Donovan's song, The Hurdy-Gurdy Man from 1968? And it's a very ancient Eastern European instrument that he was able to play with a folk song. And he was saying very few people now know how to play a hurdy-gurdy. So there we had Malaysia, we had Zambia, we had Bulgaria as well. It was just really quite astonishing. And then we had from South Africa, Francois Leroux. Now, Francois is a very accomplished cellist, but he does cello work with all different types of sounds and echoes and machines. It is quite amazing. And then we were able to go into more diversification with Rosie Lee Sparkle, who did a monologue on grieving. It was called Recipe for Slow Gin. And what an actress, because she had to psych herself up for a couple of hours before she came on to do that piece, to step into feeling like this girl who had just lost her father and what that grief was like, and memorizing that script. And she rehearsed for 2 days solid before she came online on Monday the 10th. Quite astonishing. Then we had Rebecca Lilly, who talked a bit about mental health and read. And Rebecca's been a staunch supporter of World Jenny's Day and is still rallying around for us. So that was a more of a talk than anything else. Then over to the US, where Rupa Moda represented classical Indian dance, and she is an accomplished lawyer, and yet is well known all around the world for her Indian dancing and technique. So we had her, which was just such a treat. And another very special addition was Victoria George Veal from Wales. She represented Wales on Monday, and what a voice. I wasn't there to interview her because I'd have loved to have chatted to her, but for somebody who she was just so natural and warm, and she kind of indicated she wasn't that long into singing, but her voice was phenomenal, quite amazing. And then we went back to Bulgaria. This was a really different act, and unfortunately we didn't get the sound for this, but Ira from Bulgaria, she lives in Sofia. She didn't do it so much in this production, but she is quite a contortionist and can bend herself double and do all sorts of things. But the trick she did with the lighting and the movement she did there was really quite very, very different, and added color and spice to this phenomenal day. I mean, we were getting people talking and messaging saying this is magical, what we were putting on throughout the day. And then we had the most wonderful series of songs from Angie. Is currently traveling around Europe, touring Europe with the Celine Project in honor and tribute to Celine Dion. And she came and sang several songs for us. She was amazing. We also had Madeline Chan step into place, full of cold and coughing, and she shared with us all her characters from her children's musical Star Child, which features very heavily with World Jenny's Day and is affiliated and associated. And I'm so looking forward to seeing more of Star Child in future World Jenny's Days. And then we came to an amazing coincidence that happened that involved Jenny again. And I had no idea there was a connection there. This is Britt Goldswain, and Britt Goldswain lives in South Africa, near Durban.
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music library.
I'm so sorry.
You can ask me to play a.
Is Siri?
Here's what I found.
No, stop! Go away! Oh my goodness gracious me! So what was I saying before the lights went out? Okay, so Britt Goldswain lives near Durban, and she's an accomplished ballet dancer and contemporary dancer. And what was amazing was that she was in a video of another performer who performed, somebody called Rowan Stewart. I'm going to show him just now. And when Rowan was introduced to me, he's also a South African musician and singer with such heartfelt, deep, meaningful songs that he's written himself. But he's called Rowan Stewart, and my son-in-law is Rowan, and my eldest son is Stewart, and spelt exactly the same way. So I thought that's really interesting that we got a Rowan Stewart. Anyway, I was watching his amazing videos. You must really visit Rowan's YouTube channel because he is phenomenal as a musician and singer. And in one of his videos, he had Britt dancing. And I wanted to dance for World Jenny's Day, which, of course, as you can see, she did. She did a beautiful contemporary dance piece that left her in tears at the end because it was so emotional for her. And we realized a couple of days into meeting up that there was a huge connection between her and Jenny. And that was Goldswain. The Goldswains were old family friends of ours when Jenny went down to South Africa for school. And we used to meet up at least once a month and then go camping in Zululand regularly, or up into the Drakensberg Mountains, the two families. And Britt is married to Seb Goldswain, who's also a very accomplished guitarist, musician in South Africa, who has become, and I haven't seen since he was a child, since Jenny died. We lost contact after that. And so it was like, wow, that is amazing. And if he hadn't been busy, Seb would have, he was booked out. He would have joined us for World Jenny's Day as well, which would have been amazing, because that's another connection that just stepped forward in the middle of nowhere to Jenny. Quite exceptional. And then we also had, I just need to check, I haven't missed anything here. We also had BB Phoenix singing for the second year running. She's really, I'm watching that lady grow from strength to strength. Her message is strong about loving yourself. And she works with what she calls quantum music. Quite a lady. Then in the first evening over in San Diego, although originally from Europe, we had Anna Balea as well. And Anna is the most beautiful opera singer. And there's a picture of her actually singing 2 pieces of opera she did for us. I was blown away with her beautiful voice and her sense of presence, and a very busy lady. So for her to be there with us was quite something. We also had Denmark come over with the Gospel Musical Academy and perform a beautiful song, which was quite something to watch. And then we had Jen Gotson Chandler, who couldn't be with us live, but pre-recorded. And Dr. Jacqueline and I were saying how her message was so profound. She was there with no makeup. She's been nominated for, well, she's a nominated and awarded actress in America, nominated for many films. And she was just talking about how she really battled with mental health. And it was about being messy and accepting. She didn't put any makeup on. She said, this is me, this is my family. They were getting in the car, going off somewhere. And such a wonderful, natural message to say it isn't about being perfect. And she is successful in her own right, and yet there's a lot that she's had to work through in her mental health and being bipolar. What a brave lady. I have huge respect for her. We also had British musical theatre performer who is actually from Italy. And this is Beatrice Mori, and I have huge respect for Beatrice. She came through to our gala evening that evening. So she sang during the day, and she came with a friend who had just got out of Israel on the last El Al plane. She just made it out. So we, those who knew made a big fuss of this friend of Beatrice, who was still clearly shaken with what was happening. And Beatrice's support of World Jenny's Day just shone through when she performed during the day and when she was with us in the evening. And then, so over from Italy / Britain with Beatrice, we went through to South Africa and Kenya. And here's Rowan Stewart on the left with his beautiful, beautiful songs. And on the right is Nina and Simon, who we had quite a lot of technical difficulties with. They are over in Kenya, in Nairobi. And they sang in Swahili, and in fact, we had Ben Mukwabwa as well singing in Swahili as well. It was really so wonderful to be able to show the different techniques and styles of singing from all over the world. And one thing that really filled my heart also came from Kenya is the origins of the song We Are the World. And here it is. We showed that that the origins were born from Kenya and Ethiopia. And the person that put Ethiopia's plight on the map came from Kenya, and that was Mo Amin. And so we were able to talk about the origins of that song and play it, and various stars who had performed in that song talking about making the song and why they did. It was a phenomenal addition to the marathon. And then we went over to Ireland. So we had Wales and Ireland and England, and this is the Underscore Orchestra. And Ori Livingston is actually South African and moved over to Ireland a couple of years ago and formed this band. And they were phenomenal as well, and had just suffered the loss of a band member to suicide. So this was very, very, very real for them, and so special that they could come on and perform the way they did. And then we had Alyssa Finn. Oh, wow, what a versatile lady Alyssa is. She was able to sing in all different styles and genres and just hop from one to the other. And she gave us a whole move around, incredible talent, and just so grateful that she was able to join us and be with us on the day. Then last but not least, and I'm terribly biased about this one, this is my granddaughter, Arabella Jennifer Steedman. She's named after her Aunt Jenny, after who World Jenny's Day is named. And we were able to bring her in from South Africa, where they're currently living. She was actually born up in Botswana, but they're now in South Africa. And she was able to show her works of art, and she showed quite a few. And even I, as the biased grandmother, they call me Mimi, was blown away. And what she had done is very specially made the World Jenny's or replicated the World Jenny's Day butterfly and put her own colors to it. So you can see it's got completely new colors. And I was on the train to London at the time that this was all happening. It was very sad I couldn't be there, but I was just about crying with just what that brought. And of course, if you were to go back and have a look at the replays, go and have a look on Facebook, my Facebook or LinkedIn, you'll see that my younger granddaughter Kiara was stealing the show, making all sorts of funny faces. She's such a card. So it was really special to have family involved this year as well. And that was what we had for the marathon for this year. But one that didn't manage to get through, and I'm not sure why. I wonder what's happened to my... This is weird. My camera is off, but I haven't put it off. That is really interesting. It's not showing it's off. It's showing it's on. So I don't know why my camera is off. That is really weird. Wonder, it must have gone off now whilst I was trying to stop screen sharing. How weird is this? Well, probably an improvement, actually. Let's see if we can, what it is I need to do. I don't know, Dr. Jacqueline, whether I need to come in and back up. Yes. Okay, so we're going to move over to a commercial, and I will get my camera working again. Over to you, Dr. Jacqueline. Thank you.
This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I found I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school. This class is the best. This is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Yay! Welcome back. Welcome back to me. I went faceless, and as I was saying, probably an improvement. But having been able to share most of what the day was about, the ending to the day, for technical reasons, wasn't able to be flighted, and I wanted to take this opportunity to show this part. Because for the second year running again, the LA street artists over in Los Angeles did works of art again for World Jenny's Day, to salute World Jenny's Day in LA, in the streets of LA. So here we go. Let's go over to there, Dr. Declan. Thank you.
Guys, there wasn't. This is coming along great for World Jenny Day. We have about 9 It's just really, and the green color is just so beautiful, and you really got to take care of your mental health. It's just more than your physical health, but if you're not mentally sound, you cannot take care of your body. So it's very important, and the stigma about mental health is gone. It's accepted. They do studies. So many people have mental issues and need medicine, and it's all good. So just take care of yourself. Looks gorgeous. He is doing his magic with his small little butterfly that he made on his screen, which already is just coming to life. This makes everything come to life. It's coming along nicely. All right.
So there we go. We were able to finally flight what they had done, and just such an honor to have them represent World Jenny's Day again in the streets of LA, as we did the year before. And just a special thank you to Sam Larson and Daniel Hernandez and Ian Lance, who put that together especially for World Jenny's Day. They took time off. They took a day, 2 days off to get together the design and the paints and book their space to be able to do that in the streets of LA. You have to actually book it. It's a place called the Fame Yard, and and they did this for us and for World Mental Health. So thank you to all three of you. And then last of all, there was, but certainly not least, there was the gala itself. I've mentioned to you that this year has been fraught with challenges. From the day we started right up until the last few minutes of the gala. Now, anybody who was at the gala wouldn't have known any different, but we did. And by way of example, we had a very accomplished filmmaker who's filmed a lot of films and commercials, who was meeting us at the hotel to film the Whole of World Jenny's Day Gala. And when we got there, he wasn't there. And a phone call came through to say his daughter was extremely ill and he wasn't coming. So you can imagine a gala like that without its filming was, you know, we had to kind of just regroup and go, okay, what can we do? Got as many people to use their cameras as possible and do as best as we could. And I'm just giving you an example of what we went through. But what did work was amazing. And so we've put together this insight into the gala itself for you to be able to have a look at as well. I'm just pulling it up now. Take that one away. There we go. We're nearly there. Here it is. Right. And away we go.
Just to thank World Jenny's Day founder, CEO. Thank you very much.
And so there it is. What a day, what a marathon. And just again, by the way, that last part of the film was very, very lovingly put together by Anna Lomeris. So thank you to Anna for that, for your contribution. And I just, again, want to take this opportunity as we close up and wrap up World Jenny's Day 23 to say thank you to everyone, because without the teamwork there would have been no World Jenny's Day this year. From even the bike ride, which helped fund part of this World Jenny's Day, and all that organization and being able to work with me. I must say I nearly bust a gut on that one as well. And I'm really, to be very honest, looking forward to having now had this presentation, to taking a deep breath and taking some time out. But again, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to you all. I love and appreciate you all. And I know that this year's World Jenny's Day has yet again made a difference on a global basis. And that's what it's all about. As I say, lots of love, and wish you a wonderful rest of the year ahead as we go into 2024 for World Jenny's Day again. Lots of love. Bye.